instead. While this one said he understands the lifeguards are doing it for a reason and expressed hope a solution is found as quickly as possible. The Hong Kong and Kowloon Lifeguards Union estimates that more than 100 will join their strike and stage a protest at the offices of the Leisure and Cultural Services Department. Some of the beaches and swimming pools affected include Butterfly Beach in Tuen Mun and Silver Strand Beach in Sai Kung, as well as the Morrison Hill Pool. The Hammer Hill Road swimming pool in Wong Tai Sin will likely be closed. Lifeguard services will be affected in many other venues across the city. The Hong Kong and Kowloon Lifeguards Union wants a 20% increase in the number of lifeguards. Union Vice Chairman Alex Kwok says they face growing pressure at work and that ultimately it is public safety that's at stake. He also notes that there are fewer youngsters wanting to join the profession and the government should help make the career more attractive to them. In 2004, the Leisure and Cultural Services Department slashed the number of lifeguards at public swimming pools and beaches. Joan Da Silva, TVB News.
The government is planning to ban TV food commercials which are aimed at babies and young infants. But as Liz Yoon reports, industry representatives think the government's restrictions go against free market principles.
The government is putting its foot down on television commercials for food products targeted at infants and children under 3. Advertisements for formula milk, feeding bottles and pacifiers aimed at that age group will be gone. Under existing regulations, TV ads cannot target infants up to 6 months old. An industry representative thinks the government should reconsider its plans.
By eliminating TV's commercial in that way will not be helpful to the consumers, particularly in the situation of Hong Kong where consumers are well educated and they know how to digest and understand the information.
Chung said as long as claims were supported by scientific facts, the advertisements shouldn't be banned. Different milk formula suppliers suggested the government should use other developed countries as a reference point, where restrictions apply to products aimed at infants aged 6 to 12 months. But many healthcare professionals and breastfeeding advocates support the government's plan.
Now you can see there is extremely large amount of the advertisement through the media and so on. And this, many of the scholars and also the many of us would think that this would have a sort of brainwashing effect to the mothers and also the family.
Worried about the adverse impact this could have on business, the formula milk suppliers urged the government to meet with them for further discussions before the legislation of the law. Liz Yun, TVB News.
Turning overseas again, India's Prime Minister has offered Nepal at least $1 billion in concessionary loans. Narendra Modi made the announcement as he continued his 2-day trip to Nepal. The money will be used to help Nepal build power plants and roads. It's also part of a wider diplomatic initiative to maintain India's sphere of influence in South Asia. Since taking office this year, Modi has made a point of reaching out to India's neighbours like Nepal.
Health experts in the United States are trying to defend their decision to allow an Ebola-infected doctor and his aide to return to America for treatment. Even though Ebola has claimed more than 720 lives and counting, as Sonia Altero reports, U.S. experts believe they've got a lid on the disease.
90% of all those sickened with Ebola end up dying from the disease. But witnessing Dr. Kent Brantley literally walk into a U.S. hospital for treatment meant a fighting chance of survival for those praying for him.
After seeing him walk into the hospital yesterday, we are certainly praising God and looking forward to an upbeat time of worship.
Liberians also flocked to the Texas church to pray for Brantley and a fellow aid worker who contracted the virus while treating Ebola patients in Liberia.
He sacrificed for my country and the work I want to do, and I see him doing it.
Knowing this is the worst outbreak on record, U.S. health officials are receiving backlash from concerned citizens who feel treating Ebola patients on American soil is a huge risk. But the CDC is adamant there is no risk because the U.S. adheres to the strictest biocontainment measures.
That doctors and the entire healthcare team are super careful they have protocols in place, and make sure that every one of those protocols is followed, because Ebola is really a formidable enemy, and your plan and your execution has to be meticulous to avoid its spread.
The CDC also stresses that recovering from Ebola in America versus in Africa is the difference between life or death. The other American battling Ebola, Nancy Wright-Ball, is expected to fly out of Liberia tonight and arrive in the U.S. by Tuesday. Sonia Artero, TVB News.
World leaders are gathering in Belgium for one of a number of ceremonies marking 100 years since the outbreak of World War I. Britain's Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are at the event in Belgium, while other countries in Europe are also holding special occasions. The ceremony envisages to mark the invasion of Belgium by Germany, which brought the British Empire into the war along with France, Russia, Austria-Hungary and Italy. While the main theatres of war were in Europe, fighting also occurred in other parts of the world, including in Asia. All right, Tony, over to your thoughts.
That's right, and we got some news about Tiger Woods, and
bad news,
unfortunately, not very good news, yeah, sadly. Tiger Woods could be facing more time away from golf after injuring his back during the final round of the World Golf Championships at Ohio. Woods underwent back surgery just 4 months ago. James Wong reports.
This is when Tiger tweaked the back on the second hole during Sunday's final round. He continued on, but at the 9th hole, Tiger called it a day and withdrew. The defending champion was 3 over on his round, plus 4 overall. The 38-year-old was playing in just his 3rd tournament since back surgery in March.
It didn't look good. I mean, it looked like he was really in pain, and I hope he's okay. I mean, I hope he's able to play next week.
I told him when I shook his hand, I said, I'm praying for you. Hopefully everything turns out good and he's ready for next week.
I'm feeling good. I've been saying it all week. I'm driving the ball as good as I ever have.
While Woods struggles, things couldn't be better for Rory McIlroy. He came back to beat Spain's Sergio Garcia, who held a 3-stroke lead at the start of the final round. The Northern Irishman closed with a 4-under 66 to win by 2. Coming off the win at the Open Championship, the 25-year-old returns to the top spot in the world rankings. McIlroy is also the favorite heading into the year's final major next week, the PGA Championship at Valhalla. Jamison Wong, TVB News.
Well, some are calling the Commonwealth Games in Scotland among the best ever in the event's history. Last night's closing ceremony capped off 11 days of oftentimes compelling competition. England topped the medals table for the first time in nearly 30 years. Meanwhile, the hosts also flourished as Scottish athletes won a record 19 gold medals. And there was no shortage of star power. Usain Bolt won his first Commonwealth medal. He ran the anchor leg, helping Jamaica to the gold in the 4x100 metres relay. And South African Chandler Clough tied a record with 7 medals in swimming. In tennis, Serena Williams defeated Germany's Angelique Kerber at the hard cork tournament in California. The scores were 7-6 and 6-1. It was the American's first tournament since a mysterious illness forced her to withdraw from a doubles match at Wimbledon last month. The 32-year-old will be gunning for a 3rd straight US Open title. The year's final Grand Slam begins on August 25th. Moving on to baseball now, and the Cleveland Indians stunned the Texas Rangers 5-4 in 12 innings. Trailing 3-1 in the 9th, the Indians' David Murphy slammed a 2-run homer to tie the game and send it to extra innings. In the 12th, Michael Brantley ended the game with a home run over the right field wall. The Rangers wasted a good performance from pitching ace Yu Darvish. He allowed just 1 run in 7 innings and struck out 8 batters.
Pitch numbers for it.
And that wraps up our news tonight.
Thanks for watching. Have a very good night.
Surprises from the natural world.
It was just incredible to see.
Animals on public transportation.
They go from the suburbs to their day jobs downtown.
Killer ice. Tonight, nature's weirdest events at 9:30 on Pearl.
電子屏幕光污染加速眼部肌膚老化。Estée Lauder 全新 Advanced Night Repair 眼部精華，獨家基因排毒科技，極速啟動 DNA 修復力，擊退眼部肌膚老化。無懼手機同電腦屏幕光污染，雙眼依然柔嫩，眼角緊緻，明亮有神。Advanced Night Repair 眼部精華，8年眼部修換 No.1 Estée Lauder。
Sun Life Financial presents The Weather Report is brought to you by Sun Life Financial.
Good evening. We had sunny periods with isolated showers today. And as tonight's situation chart shows, at 5 p.m., it was mainly fine over parts of southern China. And today's temperatures range from 27.2 to 32.7 degrees. And the current temperature is now standing at 31 degrees Celsius. 12 millimeters of rain has been recorded since midnight. So, Freddie, how's the weather tomorrow?
Oh. Ah.
Mainly cloudy with a few showers and sunny periods tomorrow. Temperatures will range from 28 to 32 degrees. Expect more showers in the following few days. Tomorrow morning's air quality health index will range from low to moderate, and the maximum UV index forecast for tomorrow will be about 9. And now to the latest global weather update. Sunny in Shanghai, showers in Taipei and Xiamen. Cloudy in Guangzhou and Chengdu. Cloudy in Beijing and Seoul, bright in Tokyo. Thunderstorms in Bangkok, showers in Manila. Bright in Kuala Lumpur, showers in Jakarta. Thunderstorms in New Delhi, cloudy in Karachi, rain in Mumbai. Sunny in Cairo, showers in Nairobi. Showers in Brisbane and Auckland. Cloudy in Toronto, thunderstorms in New York. Sunny in Vancouver and Los Angeles. And it's cloudy in London and Frankfurt, bright in Amsterdam, showers in Zurich. And that's the weather. Have a lovely evening.
It was brought to you by Sun Life Financial. Life's brighter under the sun. An extra limb, gigantic horns, a human monkey king, Siamese twins, a lucky color. These are nature's special creatures. Wednesday, World's Weirdest at 8:30 on Pearl. Enemies come face to face.
It's Jamal and Leo, you just can't believe him.
Laura's still here.
Nicole resorts to desperate measures.
No, halfback Reds. Running to a judging area and try to look and cheat.
Thursday night, The Amazing Race, Season 23, at 8:30 on Pearl. A tasty feast that complements a healthy lifestyle. Chinese summer treats for the sweet tooth. Innovative cocktails that tantalize your taste buds. And an exclusive look at the Tycoon Talk press conference. Thursday night, Dolce Vita at 10 on Pearl.